obviously we entered last Worlds, so
Not me.
hopefully.
he's like, don't say we, bro. Don't say we.
I'm not part in that.
But you didn't make it.
Welcome everyone listening to this week's episode of Pros. To those of you watching on YouTube and those of you listening on Spotify, Apple Podcast, iHeart, or Amazon Music, this week I am joined by FBI, Eyla, and Blaber. Thank you so much. This has been a very long day, so I'll try to make this as painless as possible. First of all, congratulations. You guys just played each other in a best of one. How'd it go? They're both listening.
I guess I'll go first. I mean, I think 100 played well, and yeah, I mean, we got to play a fearless best of one. Fun. And I think that we didn't play that good. We also fucked up level 1, and then I think they had a good play after the grubs by killing Renekton top. And yeah, we're kind of playing a comp that doesn't have that much magic damage, and also we need to fight early game, and we lost early game. So we're playing a comp that needs to win early game while losing early game. So it was a bit rough. Yeah.
You agree with his assessment of the game?
Yeah, I mean, I agree. I think draft was pretty favored for us, and then after early and the Renekton kill on top, the game was pretty unplayable for them as long as we didn't int. So yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I just say it was a pretty boring game.
It was kind of boring.
Yeah, I think from you guys' drafts, you guys should have just sent it anyway. If you lose early game, unlucky and just keep fighting. That's what we would do.
I mean, we were trying to fight. The problem
really?
is we just we were going to all the objectives and fighting. We went to the grubs. We were about to fight. You guys didn't fight us. You just didn't fight us. And then we went to the Drake. You guys didn't fight us. You just gave us the Drake. But then we went top, right? And then afterwards, once Stentos dies, it's
Unlucky.
it's fucked up. But even after that, we went to the Drake to try to fight. But you guys just didn't fight us.
Or maybe we were running. Maybe I remember
for a
wrong.
little bit.
You guys were definitely not fighting us, at least early. We were trying to fight because we were saying we need to fight. It doesn't matter if we're losing or not. And then there's just no fights. And then eventually we just lost a fight at some point. I think at our top tier 2. The game was we were down probably 2k gold. I don't know exactly. But then we took a fight at top tier 2 and then we died. I think it was
Yeah.
GG. But if we win the top tier 2 fight, then maybe we can still play. But
Yeah.
we fight there and we just lose, and yeah.
Yeah. That's it.
Yeah, that's not fair. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. There's not much else to say for me because already from level 1 we're down 2 kills, so
We've got a dagger.
it's fine. Yeah, we got a dagger.
Got a big dagger.
I mean, the kills don't matter that much, but it's
Yeah.
mentally you're down 2 kills.
Mentally going into it, so obviously you guys are all headed to Brazil. So congratulations, first of all.
Thank you. Thank you.
In prepping for this, I am curious because when we were off camera, I was covering how your team was napping. You guys were having a little break. Blaber, you've kind of experienced too having a really long downtime before having to play a best of 1 or a best of 3 for seeding or qualification. Do you think that helped in terms of being able to rest and go into it? I'm just always curious about these things because I know it's been a really, really long day.
Personally, I don't feel like it helps. I feel because we also played a series just before and we had a lot of adrenaline. It was a pretty banger series. And when you go back, it's a bit of an adrenaline dump, but we got a bit of coffee kicked into our system and I don't know, just play the game.
Yeah, I think having a big break, honestly, I liked it personally.
Really?
It went, yeah.
You were napping
I
right
liked
outside where
I mean, what did I do? I went for a walk, got some food, ate, and then took a nap. And I was actually pretty happy you guys went to game 3 because
So you can take a longer nap?
yeah, no, actually, because I wasn't taking a nap, but I was resting.
Yeah.
And I rested for the whole of game 2, and I thought we were gonna play straight after. I thought FlyQuest was gonna 2-0.
Yeah.
But because you guys went to game 3, we all got back into it. We were watching VODs of our TL series, and I think when you take a break, come back, and then have time to VOD review, get your mind back into it, it makes you play well. Because I think coming into the C9 game, I was actually feeling pretty good. So for me, I liked it.
So you did them a favor by dropping a game to FlyQuest and then.
Well, we had to because we lost game 1. I wouldn't be here right now. Yeah.
How much of their early series did you get to watch?
I mean, we were watching all of it because we were here. Usually you come in the middle of game 1 or like towards the end, and we thought they were going to 2-0. So like we were already like ready to get on stage, and then they threw because Quid just didn't want to wait.
I thought we were gonna 2-0.
I mean, Quid just like read it down for no reason, and then they got TP'd on, they died, they lost Baron, and then they didn't really have to get damage to kill Varus after that because they were playing like all melees versus tank Varus. So we thought they were going to 2-0, and then we're like ready to go on stage, and then they throw the game, and then yeah, now we're going back to our room, and then yeah, so I was ready to play out the game 2, like same way probably they were, thinking Fly was going 2-0, and then yeah, just kind of chilling.
Quid wanted to show off.
Yeah, he was trying to show off, and then he just like gave 1K. Actually, he was actually out too, by the way, and then he just like went back in after being alive.
It was just really funny because via chat we're like gassing you guys up. We're like, oh man, they've like learned from their mistakes. Like they're not gonna get too hypey in these moments, and then that happens. It's like a wave crashing onto the Nexus.
We're notorious for throwing 10k gold leads in scrims. So.
Yeah, actually, we were saying in game 2, we were saying in a game on stage, like, it's fine, 100 Thieves throws these. And, I mean, they didn't throw at the end, but like, just have some cope. You can have some cope.
And we do throw big gold leads in scrims. And I guess on stage too.
Yeah, you guys are probably have like, I think you were like 9K that game or something. 8K maybe?
Game was pretty over.
Yeah, it was, 0 was definitely like 25 seconds too.
Yeah.
I think you guys would have ended.
FEI, your teammates and your coaches have been crediting your veteran leadership. And we were like cutting into your comms, just like half as a joke, half serious, because you'd like kind of pop off in these big moments. So what leadership do you bring to your bot lane partner here?
Is he meant to answer or am I meant to answer?
No,
Hey,
both of
for
you.
you, bro.
You go ahead first.
Okay. I mean, Vic's just a reliable. Okay, no, yeah, not reliable. I take that back.
What?
He's
not reliable.
I can trust that he knows what to do in lane, because a lot of times as a support, you're thinking about like, fuck, should I help jungle mid, or like, do I need a base and go? And then usually I prefer it when an ADC brings me back and it's like, oh, actually you should think about lane. Like I want to pressure here, or I want to do X, Y, Z, and I think Vic's really good at that. So it allows me to do a lot more in the game. And just overall, when it comes to team fighting, I think Vic has really insane team fight comms. Like he'll
Thank you.
Nice.
he'll
Keep it coming.
I think there was one game we were playing Poppy Corky, and we were the last 2 survivors in scrims, and he was like, Bill, if you just tank all their spells for me, I'll carry. And I was like, okay. And I ran in, tanked everything, and he just killed everyone. So I think those 2 are his big strengths.
I'm reliable 50% of the time.
Nice.
He also dies a lot. So
That doesn't sound very reliable to me.
It's good enough. It's good enough, mate.
50% reliable. Not bad. I like how everyone couches this too, because even I think it was Spooks came out and he's like, yeah, he's really good, but he's still a gremlin. And we're like, okay. Going into this match, I think neither team is kind of what we necessarily would have expected, at least like analytically, I'd say. We don't get to see scrims, but based on the stage games last week. So I want to kind of ask the reverse for you two. How surprised are you that C9 is the 2nd seed? And then later for you, Blaber, how surprised are you that 100 Thieves ended up with the 1st seed?
Honestly, it wasn't too surprising. I think both C9 and Fly are still like really good teams. Definitely like top of the table. And I think FlyQuest has been looking a bit shakier in scrims, at least, from my perspective. Ever since Booper started talking, honestly, like it's been downhill from there. It's been downhill from there. But no, I thought C9 had a like pretty decent chance. I would still have favored FlyQuest before today, maybe 60-40, but it was definitely going to be contested. Yeah.
Did you expect?
You got anything?
Oh, sure. Honestly, I was expecting to verse FlyQuest. I think, it's probably biased from our team, but we have a harder time versing FlyQuest. They're probably just good into us. I don't know how you guys do with FlyQuest or other teams, but we definitely struggle the most versus them. So we thought they were favorites going in. And yeah, it was pretty surprising to see C9 win. So congrats to you guys.
Thank you. I mean, I thought 100 was going to 2-0 today. I think.
Ooh.
Yeah, because I don't think TL are very good right now, personally. I don't think many people think they're like that good right now. We did struggle like this week versus them, but like we were losing to everyone in scrims this week. I'm surprised we won today. Like we were like losing a lot of like at the beginning we were like winning versus everyone basically. Even like Fly, TL, we were like I wouldn't say stomping them, but like we were definitely easily winning. I think we were beating 100 too, but like this week I don't know what was going on, but we just started losing scrims. It's like kind of like coming back to reality. Winning too much in scrims, so you gotta lose some, you know.
Fake news.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Fake news.
So I'm glad like we came to the day and played well against Fly, but I think that TL just haven't been looking that good, and I think 100 have been looking better this split than even the last split, and they were like they made rolls last split, right? So I thought they would win.
Nice. A lot of in both series, it really came down to team fights, right? Like 5v5 fights, the way the game has evolved. Do you think that makes it, because like speaking of TL, we even talked about how there have been nerfs to TL with like lane swaps being a lot more solvable. I used to be a huge proponent of lane swaps. Now I'm kind of like, they're pretty boring. Like they're pretty predictable. You can't do as many creative things with them, in my opinion. And it's a lot more about 5v5 fights. Do you think that's like helped or hurt your teams?
For us, I think it's actually been helpful. I think when we first started playing, or when I first joined the team in Korean bootcamp, we were really bad at lane swaps. But I think throughout that bootcamp, we just got a lot better understanding of what to do in almost every situation in lane swap. And I think it's actually one of our strengths now. Obviously, there are times where it goes drastically wrong, but that can happen in any game. But yeah, I don't like it either. I think it's pretty boring. And I think if I were to play top lane, it's just miserable, you know. So
Yeah.
I would hope they get rid of it. Yeah.
It limits a lot of the champs you can play top lane.
Yeah.
Like that's like the biggest thing.
Yeah, I mean, just for us, having an objective like every 3-4 minutes in the game.
Look at your watch.
You fight Grubs, and you can fight Dragon, and then Grubs is back on the map, and then there's another Dragon, and then immediately after Dragon, there's a Herald, and then Dragon and Atakhan usually comes up similar time, and it's just going on, and I think for 100 Thieves, we like to fight. It's no secret. A lot of teams criticize our macro. We're trying to get better, but we do love our team fighting, so I think for us, it's really good being able to just perma-fight over time and try to win games that way.
Did you guys break the kill record today? They were talking about it on broadcast.
Oh, really?
Apparently, we made Umti break the death record.
I know you broke the death record.
They broke the kill record for like, because we were trying to figure out like what is it going to take to get a Ruinous Atakhan in a pro game.
It's not going to
Yeah,
spawn.
I don't think we got
never.
it.
It doesn't spawn.
Yeah.
We've only gone to spawn scrimming them. Like there's any other team, we haven't got to spawn.
We actually get
That's
it a lot.
proof positive, though.
Yeah.
They're the
Yeah, of course.
I mean,
Of course. I can tell because we only get it scrimming you guys. When we scrim anyone else, it never spawns.
Really?
Yeah.
I was actually really surprised it didn't spawn in one of the games. I was like hitting it. I'm like, surely we get those like useless pedals, but then we got GAs. I was like, all right, sick.
Yeah, the second game, I think it was the second game.
Yeah, one of the games,
We
right?
did have the highest amount of kills before 14, so we were like,
And we
come
still didn't get
on,
it.
and that was
how
so
many-
voracious.
do you know how many?
It was 15.
Oh, so it's like 20, right?
You probably need way more, no? Like
Yeah, it-
25?
Damage also matters.
Yeah, because it's
damage?
also
Yeah,
damage.
it also counts damage and kills. Like it's a lot
Oh
of it.
shit!
Yeah.
I
We
didn't know
don't
that.
even know what's going on. We
It's
just fight.
easier to like track kills, but yeah, it's like accumulated damage too.
For us, like even before they nerfed it, we were not getting the what's it called, Ruinous one. We were only getting Voracious, and then
Yeah.
they made it so that Voracious spawns even more. So then we really never got it. Like
The Reaper's really got that whip.
yeah, like, I don't know. Like we ain't spawning anything.
So you're our only hope, basically.
well,
based on this Scrim data, I'm learning now.
We got up the kills on stage.
What about, because C9 last year, I actually thought you guys struggled a little bit with not necessarily team fighting, but kind of leveraging team fights to like spread around the map or someone get caught in a side lane. Today in particular, you looked a lot more coordinated. So what's been going on with your team and kind of bringing Loki into it?
Honestly, I'm not really sure like what makes us more coordinated, but like at least last year with our team, I mean, I guess kind of, but like last year, we just had too many people talking, and everyone just wants to say their own idea and like what we should be doing, and like how we should fight, where we should fight, who wants what resources. But this split, honestly, like Loki doesn't talk very much in general because he's kind of new. His English isn't that good, and he's also just kind of introverted. And me and Phil kind of just say we're gonna fight here. we're gonna fight this. This is how we're gonna fight. What are we gonna fight? And then we just fight. And then if it's bad, like fucking juggle sport. And then if it's good, like we win, right? So it's just kind of been easier because we're just kind of doing the same thing. And Loki's also been really great because he like blindly trusts me a lot, especially in scrims where we'll just die together for no reason.
The trust is misplaced.
Yeah, the trust is like misplaced. But like sometimes it goes good, right? So I think that's why at least it seems like we're more coordinated. I feel like we're more coordinated too.
No, I think you are, yeah.
Yeah, so regardless if it's like a good or bad thing, at least we're doing the same thing.
All that matters.
Yeah.
Yo, I gotta ask, was it Jojo or Berserker?
No, they both talk a lot. Like they both talk, like Berserker, even though he's like not from like NA, he's been here for like 3 years, so his English isn't like, it's not terrible, right?
Yeah.
And he's also very aggressive on how he wants to play the game. I wouldn't say aggressive, but like he really states what he wants to do. So I think just, yeah, we just had 4 people. Yeah, too many people talking.
Wait,
it feels like, yeah.
And Sven doesn't talk or what?
Not as much, honestly, as Berserker. It feels like Sven is like very like, I'm not going there. I'm doing this. Like he's just like, this is what's happening. But like when it comes to fighting, I don't know, he follows me a lot too. Probably because we played together for a long time, before at least. So he just also follows me and Phil where we want to fight, what we want to do, and he's just playing ADC, right? So he just clicks heads, and I guess he just trusts us.
All right, so against C9, shut down jungle assault.
Leaking the strats. Is that what your comms are like?
Our comms are very hectic, I would say, but normally Sniper is talking the most. Normally it's pretty irrelevant what Sniper says. If anything, I don't want to flame, but if anything, sometimes it's better if you mute Sniper and just focus on the game. But I think River always gives like a pretty good direction in the game, and I think Bill and River as a support jungle, they've been doing really, really well, especially in this recent week. Just linking up and taking over the map, and River's always a very creative guy in terms of the game. I think even when I was playing versus this guy, I would always be scared if Jarvan is behind me in like some lane bush or some shit like that. So yeah, he's been like a driving voice, I would say. Yeah.
You agree? You and River have been crushing it. That's how they're winning.
I feel like we're doing pretty well so far.
Mute Sniper across.
2 SOP roles in the game, support jungle.
How, like, if any, has, because again, we went through like how not simple, but like almost formulaic the game can be with like setting up 5v5 fights. How has Fearless affected that, right? Because you have to make sure that your comp kind of has a lot of team fight answers regardless of what you want to do with it. Are you guys just like, no, coaches take care of that?
I mean, I'd say players are pretty involved in draft.
Yeah.
We like to talk a lot, and like we have very strong opinions on what we want to pick. But honestly, I love Fearless. I think it's great. Good practice in scrims. You don't play with all the same champions, and honestly, I feel like there's just tier lists of champs that you cycle through each game. Like first game, these are the tier lists of like these are the good champs that you have to prioritize, and then they slowly cycle down and like, oh, we played Kalista Varus one game. Okay, they're gone. Now what's the next bot lane tier list? It's like, is it Ashe Varus or like, do you prefer Corki? Like whatever you want, and you just cycle through, and like every role has that sort of tier list, and that's how we navigate through Fearless for us.
Yeah, I mean, personally, I feel like best of 3 Fearless, you're not really getting the full experience quite yet. I think, obviously we're all pros, so we have hopefully more than like 5 champions each that we can play. But I think when we go to Brazil and we start playing best of 5s, I think that's when we'll really see like what kind of crazy stuff can come out. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with that. Yeah, I think like you're not really seeing like anything like too insane. It's like I played a Wukong game, I played a Sejuani game, I mean, it's like everyone's kind of playing the same thing. Not everyone, right? People have their own champs, but like I think all pro players can play more than like the 4 champs that are being banned out in the first 2 games. I personally like Fearless though. I think it's fun. I'm excited to play 5-game Fearless because you'll really be able to see some weird stuff in game 4 and 5. I feel like with 3-game, it's still just meta stuff. It's just the OP meta stuff is banned, so now you're playing the OK meta stuff. It's like there's like all that's happening. So yeah, I like Fearless, and yeah, excited to play best of 5.
So it's just, yeah, that was gonna be my next question actually, is because you guys have all played League of Legends for a really long time. Is Fearless actually more fun? Like you just said yes. I assume
For
you
sure.
two agree.
Yeah, I like Fearless
you were like all nodding.
Also, it lets me like, especially in scrims, like for me, I'm a jungler, so like most people just expect you to play like some sort of like CC champ, like some CC glue champ, right? Or like unless like the meta changes, right? Like obviously people are playing Zyra now, some Nidalee in other regions, like generally people like when the jungler plays. Yeah, like Sejuani type champs.
You can get Maokai too if you want.
Yeah. like all the carries like that. The coach likes that. Like everyone likes that. So I get to play some different champs, especially in scrims. Like you're not always gonna pick like maybe the best champ, but like some champ you want to practice for fun. So for me, it's fun to be able to play different styles. So maybe I can force like my mid laner or something to play Galio for me. You know, we'll see what happens.
Yeah, I mean, we saw the support Elise from you today.
Oh yeah.
It was nice. It was good.
I mean,
It was smurfing actually.
Yeah.
I mean, at that point in the game, I think every support was gone. It was like, they banned Alisa, and we banned Rail in return. Norlis was picked already. What else was gone? Rakan was already gone. Poppy was gone.
They took Leona.
Yeah, they took Leona, and we had Kai'Sa, right? So I think that's one advantage of Fearless, is when all the champs are gone, you have to try and have a big champion pool. And I've been practicing Elise a lot, so very happy I could pull it out, to be honest.
Yeah, the Elise was crazy today actually, the early game.
Yeah, no, it was really. It
fell
was,
apart
I'm like,
after
Don't look mid-game.
yeah,
I feel like it was going crazy. Then you like eat it to yawn. Like 500 or 600.
That was my bad. That play was actually my bad. That play was my bad.
I just thought that was funny.
But no, it'll definitely be pretty crazy when it gets to like a 5-game series, especially if you like start banning out like a specific player. I think that's when you might see some people not too proficient on their champs. Yeah.
Yeah, it's been interesting to see. The only best of 5 like full Fearless we've had thus far has been in LPL, and they've had some pretty creative compositions. One thing I did want to ask as a follow-up is, you already mentioned it in Scrims, and you mentioned it, Eyla, as well. Previously, it felt like a lot of times there would be situations where you'd want to practice something in scrims, but it would either get banned out or the other team you're going up against be like, no, we're going to practice this. Like, we're hard dictating the meta through champion picks. It sounds like Fearless has actually opened that up a lot in scrim culture.
I would say so, yeah. I think it's just a lot more fun to scrim in Fearless. I think I've played for a long time now. It's always, if an AD is OP, one team has to ban it or one team has to first pick it, and there's no like arguing with that. But yeah, I mean, Fearless has definitely made it a lot more open. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think one thing that's beneficial about Fearless and scrims is a lot of the times our team doesn't like to only play the OPs. Like, we usually prefer to ban it, or like we practice it too many times that it's not worth. But then the enemy team the enemy doesn't ban it and leaves it open. And before, you'd be like, we either have to lose the scrim or we have to pick the OPs, and like you kind of play the same thing over and over again.
And also, you don't want to self-sabotage your draft like too much, because it's like at some point you start like playing random stuff, and then you're like, well, this has never happened on stage, so why am I even playing this?
Yeah.
But now you can do whatever you want. Like, game 1, maybe you play the OPs. Game 2, it's open. Game 2 and 3, whatever you want. Yeah,
for me, like, I just like not seeing the same matchups over and over again. Like, I know, like, even last year, like, I swear I played a day where I played the same champ like 5 times. like it just happens, or like one of my teams plays the same champ 5 times, or like I wouldn't say the worst part, but like a lot of times, like especially if you lose a matchup, you're like, oh, I just want to play this one again. And you just lock at the same matchup again, and then you do it like 2 more times because you just kept losing it, and then like the day just doesn't.
We've all been there.
Yeah, you just end up playing the same thing, and that's definitely happened before. But I feel like when the champs are banned, you can, just play what you want. Play something new, and then it's just a bit more fun, I would say.
It's been nice. Is
that the thing you're most looking forward to in Brazil? It's just like full best of 5, or?
No, I'm not looking forward to best of 5 that much. But like I would say is the most exciting thing I'm looking forward to. I'm just looking forward to like playing against another region, like LTA South, to qualify for this event. I'm curious to see how good they are, because, well, I mean, I don't really know. I don't watch the region like that closely. Obviously, I'm gonna watch now that we've made it.
Same here.
See who our opponents are. But I think in general, I'm just excited to play against the South, and hopefully we can qualify to the first stand.
Yeah, one of my questions is going to be like, okay, who's been paying attention? Who qualified? But you already knew.
I know who qualified.
And I should have known because you always are like really good at the trivia questions and stuff like that. I was like, oh man, I blabber on this episode. He already knows. But to review, it's Leviathan and Isurus Estral. So Jose Deodo's team was actually the first team to qualify. It's Bertel, Jose Deodo, Miru, Snacker, and Ackerman for Isurus. And then Leviathan is Thieves, Scary, Cody, Seo, and Pro Delta qualifying. So
Jose Deodo's revenge.
Yeah, he's coming back.
He's coming back with a vengeance.
Yeah. We kicked him out, or I don't know if we kicked him, but he left.
He left.
He left NA. He left NA. He's coming for us. So.
I feel like a lot of, especially qualifying as the first seed, a lot of people, a lot of eyes are going to be on 100 Thieves. You were not there. Eyla, you were there when you guys lost in...
But I still laugh at them.
Is he the difference maker? Is Vic the difference maker?
Yeah, I mean, we're playing Vic carries us.
I'll see what I can do.
Everyone else gonna choke, so...
I'll see what I can do. I talked to the coaching staff. No Vex in Brazil. So.
Off the table, even in fearless, or just like, no?
I still remember the 0-9 Vex. Honestly, like, I'm not gonna lie, it wasn't a good look for our region.
It wasn't. It really wasn't. You guys should have went.
I can't make fun of Mad Lions anymore.
Yeah, we lost our leverage.
Yeah, true.
It's sad. But is this, I guess, there's been a lot of conversation about the format. Does this feel like international competition in a way, even though it's like inter-regional play, right? Because you guys will be traveling down to Sao Paulo.
I feel like it's kind of hard to say until we start playing, because it's like such a new thing. Personally, I don't really feel like it's an international tournament. I feel like it's more... Because I went to MSI, the play-in stage, it kind of feels like a play-in stage, yeah, for me personally.
Yeah, I mean, for me, it'll be fun. I kind of treat it like international. I just like the experience. Like, maybe like a practice run for like Worlds or something, because obviously we entered last Worlds, so...
Not me.
Hopefully.
He's like, don't say we, bro. Don't say we.
I'm not part in that.
But you didn't make it.
I would rather have not made it than that one, mate.
No, I mean, I just like the experience. Obviously, we did something wrong, and like we have theories on what we did wrong. Like, I think my prep was bad, but hopefully this time I can practice what I think the solution will be to those problems. So it will just be fun for me to see how well we play, and always good experience for hopefully everyone else on the team.
Yeah, I'm excited to play down there, but I don't like feel like it's a full international tournament. Like for me, it's just exciting to play against like a new region. But like I don't feel it as an international event. Maybe I'll feel differently when I'm there. I'm not sure, but right now I just feel like I'm just going to playoffs. Like this was our regular season. 100 Thieves got first season regular, we got second season regular season, and we're about to play playoffs. That's how it feels to me.
Nice.
Same here.
In looking at, you all said you hadn't scouted the teams yet, but I think the general perspective is that we are stronger. Would you agree? Or disagree?
Don't curse it.
Basically, how embarrassing is this going to be?
After last year, maybe they're the favorites, okay? They might be the favorites, and we'll be underdogs.
Nice.
I mean, if you just look at the rosters, I do think that they definitely have like some good players, just from name recognition alone. So I definitely wouldn't underestimate them too much. But with that being said, I think I would feel pretty embarrassed if we lost. And I think probably every other team that qualifies would feel the same way. Yeah.
Yeah, I think we're the favorites, or at least I think we feel like we're the favorites. So we'll see what happens, but I do think we're sending 4 really strong teams. I mean, I'm just going to assume FlyQuest and Taylor are going to go.
Yeah.
But I think like the top 4 teams in LTA are quite strong right now. At least it feels like to me. So I think we'll do well.
Well, thanks for doing my job for me, because now we're going to transition into those 2 matchups, right? So Shopify Rebellion versus TL. We'll start there in facing off against TL. Like, what do you think these 2 teams kind of have to do? Or like, if TL is going to qualify, what did they have to do against Shopify to make it?
TL vs Shopify? Oh yeah, it is.
Yeah, because it likes the bracket
swap
side
sides.
swap.
Well, like I said before, I think TL has been looking pretty shaky, but with that being said, I think they still have good players on that team. Definitely for sure. They have good players. Maybe not in every role, but I think...
Which role? Which role?
no flame, but I still think that pound for pound and probably as a team, they should be favored against SR. Obviously, they have my boys, Contracts and Palafox, so
Yep.
I'll be rooting for them, but I would go TL 2-1.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, for TL, as long as their mental's fine, because I think apparently they were complaining. The Korean said they were complaining like in between the games about each other. So I'm a bit worried for the mental, but
They're playing each other mid scrim.
So
In Korean.
Are River and
God.
Quid just being like, oh no, like
yeah,
this is what's
they
going
leaked the
on?
Korean chat.
Korean
but-
comms are leaked.
Nice.
Oh shit.
But I'd say they are good players and they're a good team. So as long as their mental doesn't break between now and next week, and they recover and reset, they should be fine and win the series.
Is there anything like in the game itself you think is going to give them the edge over Shopify that you saw?
Honestly, their team fighting isn't the best. Like Team Liquid, I think they struggle a lot with team fighting. So I think if SR is going to win, they probably have to make it ugly, because I don't think SR has the best macro. And Team Liquid, their macro has looked a bit worse, but generally they're considered the smart team. Yeah, it'll be a fun series.
Yeah, I agree with that. I think in general, TL's just fighting. I don't know if it's mechanics or positioning. It's just,
The age is catching up.
yeah, I don't know.
I feel it too, my bad.
It just feels like even when they get in good spots in the game, like to win a game of League, you have to win team fights. Because like even if you're up in gold, the enemy team's not gonna let you take their nexus, you know.
Yeah.
So I would say like that's probably also Shopify's way of winning, but I will say I do think TL will probably just move around the map much better than Shopify and just win purely like with their wallets. And yeah, I mean, I think Shopify can maybe win. I think that maybe win a game. I don't think they'll win their series. I think Shopify have gotten a lot better since their first game against Fly. But I think they will need to improve even more if they want to like actually win against TL. So yeah, I think TL will win 2-0 probably.
And then you face off against FlyQuest today. I think in a way that was almost a bigger upset, at least in my mind, only because TL, as we've already covered, I do think there were obvious flaws that as soon as I saw the team fighting between your two teams, I was like, oh, okay, this is the easy opportunity for 100 Thieves to take the series. FlyQuest I was a little bit more shocked by, especially like some of the times they chose to fight you compositionally, which really gave you guys like strong advantages after you won those fights. So they're going up against Dignitas. How do you see that series going?
I mean, I think FlyQuest will stomp Dig 2-0. I don't think it'll be very close. Like we won today, but I think FlyQuest is still like a very good team. I think they're significantly better than TL, honestly. Or not significantly, but like better than TL. And I think Dig just aren't that good right now. It's like, for me, it's like as simple as that. I think like, yeah, FlyQuest they'll just win. I don't really have any specific reason.
I think FlyQuest is just better in every role, so it'll probably be a stomp that series.
Yeah, I mean, watching Dig, I'd say they're pretty lost on the map, or like they don't correctly assess the situation. Because I watched the series against TL, and a lot of the times they're actually in an advantageous situation and they should have just forced a fight or they should have won. But it looks like they're a bit clueless, and it's not their fault. They have rookies, and like their jungle was Lyra for like.
He wasn't bad, mate. He wasn't bad.
He was in fine.
Yeah.
What, 30?
Hey, he almost had a solo kill on Oopty. Level 4, I saw that.
Very true.
You should have seen Lyra scrims against us.
Yeah. So same for us. Like actually, I think we scrimmed against Lyra, like his first actual scrim, because I think he was talking to Phil or something. Like this is his first scrim in 5 years. Like that's what he's saying to us. Oh my god, it was like playing against a diamond player. Like, the first time we played. Afterwards, we played against him. He was like definitely better than the first time he
Yeah.
played, but like, yeah, you could tell this guy hasn't been playing very much recently.
No, I feel bad for him, but yeah,
Yeah.
definitely for Dig, we're not in the best of situations. So I think they'll take quite a long time before they start getting better and like learning and allowing their rookies to adjust to the LCS or LTA. So they'll need a bit of time.
Yeah, makes sense. I feel bad. Lear you guys faced Lear off.
Oh
first.
yeah, it was like his first scrim.
It's honestly kind of impressive that he could come in after not playing professionally for that long. I don't know. I remember when Lear used to like 1v9.
He used to be really good.
Yeah.
Used to be the guy.
Yeah, literally.
Wasn't he MVP? Was he MVP?
No, I don't think he won MVP, but
I don't think he could because he was on like such a. I remember like this gave me fits because I was like, he's obviously the best jungler,
Yeah.
but his team is like 10th place and almost got relegated.
I mean, the best I think he's done is when he was on Clutch with Vulcan actually in 2019.
Oh,
yeah. I think that was the best I think I can remember him doing in NA. But he was good, even though they weren't winning.
Any opinions on what Lyon and Disguised should do during their break? Is the answer stream?
I mean, like apparently, like before we played them, I think like that was like Saint. They had only scrimmed like one day with Saint.
Yeah.
So like Saint comes in, scrims for like 1 week, and then she's done.
Packing in bags.
So like for me, it's like I don't know if Lyon should even do anything differently. It's like I think both of us, like well, I know both of us boot camped in Korea, so we had some time to prep at the beginning of the season. Maybe that's also why we're doing like better than TL and Fly, maybe because we had extra boot camp time.
Makes sense.
Maybe like it could be. But yeah, for them, like they barely play together. I think maybe spend some more scrims.
Play some more games.
Play some more games before we make a judgment on what's happening here.
Yeah, I mean, for them, just enjoy the vacation. What else can you do?
Do you know you're streaming scrims this week? Apparently, did Jack check with you about that?
I don't know. Probably.
We'll be watching. We'll be watching.
I mean, we don't have a match anymore, so I mean, I'm down. I'm down to stream some scrims. I mean, it'll be fun. I mean, I don't want to stream like every scrim that I do, but like
Definitely not.
I can stream one day. It's fine. Like it's not the end of the world. But like, if the tournament is really important, generally you don't want to leak any strategies. So that's probably why people don't want to stream scrims because they just don't want to leak strategies. Because if you end up streaming scrims, it's more likely you just end up playing the stuff you've already shown. Like, if you were to stream, like you'd probably like, what do I play on stage? By Wukong, Sejuani, like I'd probably just end up playing the same champs anyways in scrims. Still like gonna be good entertainment, and I think good for fans to see like how pro teams communicate and stuff. So I think it'll be fun. At least like once or twice a week. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I'll look forward to it.
Yeah.
They'll be watching.
I don't know if we're doing it. I don't even know if we're doing it.
Jack tweeted it, so
I mean,
that's all I'm saying.
No one's talked to me about it. I'm just gonna show up, and they'll be like, "Okay, so today's scrims might be streamed," and I'm gonna be like, "Okay," or like they're not gonna be streamed. I'm just like, "Okay, sure, I'll play." So.
Nice. Well, congrats to all of you. Thank you so much for taking the time after a very, very long day. I honestly really appreciate it. Thank you. This was really fun.
Glad to be here.
Yeah.
It was fun.
We will see you guys next week.